Dear students, welcome to our YouTube channel Vidya for Success. In this video, let us continue our study on the characteristic features of angiosperms. So, angiosperms are the flower bearing plants. So, these plants after fertilization they produces fruits. So, fruits are actually protecting seeds. So, this is very common character can be seen in the angiosperm. So, this character is actually not there in gymnosperms. So, the fruit formation is very common character of angiosperm. What is the main plant of angiosperm is called as? So, the main plant in the angiosperm is sporophytic plant because the main plant initially produces spores during the time of reproduction. So, because of this they are called as sporophytic plant. And this sporophytic plant produces specialized structure in order to produce spores. So, those specialized structures we know they are nothing but flowers. So, the flowers may be bisexual or it may be unisexual. So, what do you mean by bisexual and unisexual? So, the bisexual flower consists of both the reproductive organ, that means male and female reproductive organs are present in the bisexual flower. But in the unisexual flower, either we can see male or female reproductive organ. So, because of this, the flowers are divided into two different types. So, the bisexual flowers consist of both the reproductive organs and unisexual flower consist of either male or female reproductive organ. So, the male sex organ in the flower is named as stamens and the female sex organ is named as pistil. So, we have studied in the gymnosperms, right? Male cone produces um, microspores and female cone produces megaspores. So, like that, here in the angiosperm, we can see male sex organ, that organ is nothing but stamen, and female sex organ is nothing but pistil. So, these organs, sex organs, are formed within a flower. That means flower encloses male and female sex organ. So, in the angiosperm, the sexual reproduction results in the formation of seed. So, seed formation is very common and seeds are protected within a fruit. So, in order to understand the process of reproduction in the angiosperm, first we have to understand the structure of flower. So, this is the diagram showing all the parts of flower. So, this is bisexual flower because both the sex organs can be seen in the same flower. So, the flowers are the actual structure, they are meant for reproduction. They actually consist of reproductive organs. So, let us understand each and every part of the flower one by one. So, the first part what we can see is stalk. So, stalk is the first main part of the flower. It holds the flower. That means it connects the flower with the stem or with the branch, and very next to the stalk, at the tip of the stalk, we can find a swollen base. So, that swollen base is named as thalamus. So, in this diagram that is labeled as receptacle. Clear? So, at the tip of the stalk we can find a swollen base. That swollen base is nothing but thalamus. So, thalamus leads to the formation of all other floral parts. And very next to the thalamus we have sepals. So, sepals are green part of the flower. So, you can find very next to the thalamus we have the green part in the flower. That green part is nothing but sepals. So, sepals actually protect the flower in bud condition. So, you might have seen or not before the rising of floral petals, the bud is completely protected within a green portion. So, that green part of the flower is named as sepals. Then next to the sepals, petals are present. You can find the petals. So, petals are very colorful. brightly colored part of the flower. So these petals are colorful in order to attract insect. So this we will study later, why they are attractive in color, why they attract insects. So all these things we will study later in the next part of this lesson. So petals are brightly colored. In some they are pink, in some they are red, in some yellow, orange, like this varieties of flowers we can see in different kinds of plants. So the main purpose of the petal is it attracts insect. Clear? And next to the petal, we can see one of the essential oral of the flower, that is stamens. So you can find in the diagram black colored thread-like structure and consist of yellow terminal. So that part is nothing but stamen. So stamen is a male reproductive organ. So this is the organ produces pollen grain. So the formation of pollen grain is the function of stamen. And it also consists of the female reproductive organ. So the female reproductive organ is named as carpel. So at the center of flower we can find the female reproductive organ. So the main function of female reproductive organ is it produces egg. So egg formation is the function of female reproductive organ. Understood, right? So here we can come to the conclusion that male reproductive organ produces pollen grains and female reproductive organ produces egg. So these reproductive organs are protected by petals and sepals. So when they are in bud condition, the entire part of the flower protected with the help of sepals, and the petals are very colorful. They attract actually insects. Clear, right? So this is about the structure of flower, complete flower. So let us understand the structure of male reproductive organ, that is stamen. So in the diagram we can find the structure of stamen. So the first diagram is actually showing the parts of stamen. So the long thread-like structure, the elongated stalk-like structure, that is named as a filament, and filament ends with anther. So anther is present at the tip of the filament. So these are the two main parts what we can find in the stamen. So the long slender structure is named as filament. So filament ends with anther at the tip. So if you take the transverse section of anther, we can find the presence of sac-like structure. So that you can observe in the second diagram here. So that is showing the transverse section of anther. Clear? So what you can find inside the anther? Sacs are present. Those sacs are named as pollen sacs. Clear? So the another name of pollen sac is microsporangia. Understood, right? So anther actually encloses microsporangia. So we know that microsporangia is a protective structure. So sporangia actually a protective structure. It is protecting the developing spores. So that is why it is called as microsporangia. Within the microsporangia, pollen mother cells are present. So what are there within the microsporangia? So microsporangia encloses pollen mother cells. So there are many pollen mother cells are present within each microsporangia, within each pollen sacs. Clear? So these mother cell or pollen mother cells are diploid cells. They consist of two sets of chromosomes. Understood, right? So in this next step, in the developmental step, those pollen mother cells undergo meiotic division. That means they will undergo reductional division in order to form microspores. Clear, right? So because the microspores are produced by reductional division, they are haploid spores. Understood, children? Yes. The microspores are haploid spores. They are formed as a result of reductional division of pollen mother cells. So this reductional division finally lead to the formation of microspores. So many pollen mother cells are there. So each pollen mother cell produces 4 microspores. So as a result, many microspores produces within the microsporangia. So each microspores in the future they develops into pollen grains. So these microspores matures in order to form pollen grains. Clear? So these are the actual developmental stages can be seen in the stamen. Clear? So the stamen consists of filament and filament terminates with anther. So anther encloses what? Pollen sacs, or they are also known as microsporangia. So why they are named as microsporangia? Because they are protecting the microspores. So within the microsporangia, what is there? Pollen mother cells are present. So pollen mother cells are diploid cells and they divide by meiotic division and forms microspores. So microspores in turn matures and they finally leads to the formation of pollen grains. So we have discussed in our earlier slide that the function of male sex organ is the formation of pollen grain. So this is how the pollen grains finally forms in the stamen. Yes, now let us understand the structure of female sex organ. So this is the diagram showing the female sex organ. So the name of the female sex organ is pistil. So pistil is the female sex organ in a flower. So each pistil consists of 3 basic parts. So base of the pistil known as ovary. So this swollen base what we can find in the diagram, that is nothing but ovary. And ovary connected with a long slender structure, that is nothing but style. And style terminates with a chamber that is named as stigma. So stigma is a receptacle. Clear? So at the tip the pistil consists of stigma and stigma connected with the style and style in turn connected with the swollen base that is known as ovary. So these are the 3 basic parts can be seen in the pistil. And if you look into the ovary, inside the ovary we can find the number of ovules that you can find in the diagram. So the dark green color circular structure what they have shown in the diagram, that is ovule, that is labeled also. Clear? So ovule present within the ovary. So that is the structure, that means the ovule is the structure, it leads to the formation of female gamete. So how actually the female gamete formation takes place? What is there in the ovule? So number of ovule vary from one plant to the another kind of plant. So that is not like only one ovule is present in the ovary. So the number of ovule vary from one plant to the another plant. In some 4, in some 5, in some 10. So like that many ovules will be present within the ovary, that is completely depend on the kind of species. But within each ovule, we can find the presence of diploid cells. So only one diploid cell among those named as megaspore mother cell. So this megaspore mother cell in the ovule divides by meiosis and form 4 megaspores. Understood? So 4 megaspores formed by the meiotic division of megaspore mother cell. So where do we find the megaspore mother cell? Yes, they are present within ovule. So MMC is nothing but megaspore mother cell. So 4 megaspores will form. Out of 4 megaspores, only 1 megaspore completely develop into a female gametophyte. So in the diagram what you are observing, the oval shaped structure very next to the ovule, that is female gametophyte. That means completely developed megaspore. So completely developed megaspore lead to the formation of what? Female gametophyte. Clear? So within the female gametophyte, we can find egg. Understood, right? So there are number of cells we can find in the female gametophyte. So out of those, egg is female gamete. Clear? So this is the overview of female sex organ. So in our next class, let us study regarding the structure of female gametophyte. So there you can understand what are the different kinds of cells can be found. Understood today's class? Yes. In today's class, children, we discussed regarding the male and female sex organs of flower. So female sex organ results in the formation of female gamete, that is named as egg, and male gamete is formed within a male sex organ named as stamen. Understood? Yes. Thank you.